quickly for a short trip to the Queen, see the monster Nessie appear in Scotland, or send the children to a language camp. Holidays in Great Britain are sure to be popular again when Corona is over. But the Brexit transition phase ended with the new year. What will now change for vacationers? When will Brexit take effect? Great Britain officially left the EU on January 31st, 2020. Since then, however, there has been a transition period in which almost nothing has changed. Fortunately, a cooperation agreement between the EU and the UK was concluded at the end of the year when the transition period ended. This averted the unregulated exit. There are no world trade tariffs for popular shopping in London, and private trips remain visa-free. Anyone planning a vacation still has to consider a few things. What will change upon entry? Little at first. The UK has never been part of the Schengen area, so there have always been ID checks for EU citizens. Money also had to be exchanged. No visa will be required for private trips and trade fair visits of up to 6 months. From September 30th, 2021, however, an identity card will no longer be sufficient for EU citizens. They then need a passport that is valid for at least 6 months. Will you soon have to turn off mobile data on your cell phone? The 3 big telephone companies, Telecom, Vodafone and Telefonica, have committed themselves. Everything will remain the same until further notice. In principle, however, they are no longer bound by the EU roaming agreement. As an EU citizen, you still have to be informed by the mobile phone provider when crossing the border about the costs of phone calls, SMS and data usage. Great Britain tourists should pay close attention to this information in the future. Making calls and using data could still become an expensive pleasure. More likely, however, is a solution like that with Iceland and Norway. Both countries stick to EU roaming agreements even without EU membership. But do I have health insurance in the UK? The biggest changes threatened health insurance. Until the end of last year, EU holidaymakers who fell ill on the island received all medically necessary medical treatment free of charge if they presented their European health insurance card. It is still recognized there, but since January 1st, health contributions have to be paid in some cases in order to be treated. As a traveler, you would do well to take out private international travel insurance. They are already available for less than 10 euros per year, for families less than 20 euros. It is also recommended for every legally and most privately insured holidaymaker, regardless of Brexit. What will change for car tourists? At least initially, a German driver's license is sufficient. An international driver's license is not required. To be on the safe side, car owners should have a green insurance card with them. It serves as proof that liability insurance has been taken out for the car. What is changing in aviation? Thanks to the regulated exit of Great Britain from the EU, flight operations have started the new year relatively problem-free. The Fiat price increase also failed to materialize. There's a small change in the passenger rights. They allow passengers generous lump sums in the event of a long delay or cancellation. These continue to apply if you are flying with an EU airline from an EU airport. For takeoffs from Great Britain with a non-EU airline, British rules have been in effect since the beginning of the year. They are still identical, but Great Britain can change them at any time. Are there customs duties on souvenirs? The trade agreement between the UK and the EU provides duty-free for all goods. However, you may still have to pay as additional taxes may apply. For example, the guidelines for allowances can be restricted for alcohol and cigarettes. Instead of 10 liters, you may only be able to put a lot less whiskey in your case when you return to EU countries. And can the dog come along? That was the question for a long time. In the end, however, the British government endorsed the EU pet passport, a kind of passport and vaccination card for animals. Dogs and cats must also have a microchip implant. The UK government now recommends planning a pet trip with a vet at least 4 months in advance. Will Great Britain holidays get more expensive? Well, the good news is, so far, the UK has become significantly cheaper thanks to Brexit. Since the decision, the British pound has fallen by around 15%. So EU vacationers can exchange their euros cheaper. So restaurant bills and shopping at Oxford and Carnaby Street, for example, are getting cheaper. However, this is no guarantee for the future. At least the hotel prices should not rise because of the paralyzed business trips. What else is changing? Vacationers who book a trip, flight or hotel in one of the popular portals should be careful, because they only mediate. Anyone who comes across a British travel agency will no longer be protected by EU travel law in the future. And if you want to get more information, the website of the European Consumer Center is quite helpful there, and I recommend you have a look out for it. And if you want to get more information, please subscribe to my channel and my other channels. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.